Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Trending Thursday. My name is Glenn, Senior Stock Market Strategist for VectorVest. Gosh dang, I'm dropping everything on the desk. Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know in the chat, preferably with VV Nation. Let me know that I am coming across loud and clear. Loud and clear. Not just clear, but loud and clear. Not just loud, but clear. All right, so hi, there's my number 2. There's Janice. There you go. The Kiwi Coop. I like that. That's Sweet Entertainment. I like that too. Man, I'm trying to see if I see any other new names. Brenda. You know, if I look at the last name, it looks like Bougie, but I don't know if that's right or not. I don't know. It says, that's what it looks like to me. That's what it looks like to me. John is here. Raphael, Bill, Maria, William. All right. So I'm going to wait for the alert to hit. Once it does, we'll get hot and heavy into everything. There's my other Marine, Oorah T. Oorah. Gotta love that. Let's all meet this Saturday AM. I can't. I got a gig. Did I tell you I got a residency in a bar every Saturday night now? That's cool. Huh? It's a brewery. It's a brewery. It's right in Charlotte. So I'll be working as a DJ every Saturday now. So I like that. Max says, I've been watching a lot of Todd, Jim, and Brian. What kind of investing or trading is this Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday YouTube sessions? Mac, it's a little bit different in that those are coaching groups, Mac. I am, between Ryan and I, we free form whatever is going on in the market. We talk about what's going on in the market. We look at stocks. A lot of the things that they look at in their trading rooms, we'll take advantage of here when we analyze the stock as well. Yep, the alert just hit. Thank you. All right, so this is not a coaching room on our live streams, whether it's me or Ryan or the both of us. But we do give out a lot of fish. We tell you why we like the fish. We look at news. We look at the graphs, that kind of thing. All right, that's what we do. That's what we do. Pastor John Velez. There you go. Glad that you're here. And Marty said the same thing. The alert hits. We got 159 people. Let's go see if we can get us 300 people. We had that yesterday for the live stream. We had close to 300. Oh, there we go. Sorry. Oh, well, what is the other thing that I'm looking at? Yeah, no. Now down to the bottom. Yeah, that. Yeah, look at this one. Okay. So we got 239 people. Sorry about that. Let's see if we can get 300 people in here. Don't forget Joey. Really, Janice? You getting on that bandwagon too? You are getting on that bandwagon too? All right. So I'm just saying. John is here. Greg is here. All right. So really, Joey, you're gonna paste that. What picks do you have, Joey? Huh? What picks do you have, Joey? Okay, but you just highlighted it. All right. She highlighted it. I didn't do that. Wow. I can't do that anymore. Really? All right. So let's talk about what's going on in the market. Kevin is here. Don't forget to hit the like button, people. That's true. For every 10 likes, I will look at a stock of yours and do a deep dive on it. All right. So just keep that in mind. I got to get my pen and paper out because y'all going to start putting up stocks beforehand. So I got to write them down. I'm not asking for stocks yet. And Diana says I'm easily influenced. All right. So with that being said, let's look at what's going on in the market. A lot of yellow, but we got green. We got 2 green bars today in the price, which means the price is higher. The VectorVest composite price is higher on a week-over-week basis. And day over day as well. We got a green light in the buy to sell ratio. That means that as this market is moving higher, more stocks are becoming buy recommendations. That shows that the rally that we're in has some sustainability with more stocks. See, why? Why are you all doing that? I didn't tell you to write down stocks yet. All right, fine. This just takes me away from what I got to do as we get started. But I want... that's not your GCT. Whatever. It was in my newsletter. You should subscribe. You don't have a newsletter. You should subscribe to my newsletter, Glenn. You don't. If you had a newsletter, you would get fired. So I wouldn't be telling people you got a newsletter. All right. I'm just trying to help a brother out. It's free. I don't charge. Oh no. Now it wants to be free. Yeah. If you had a newsletter, you wouldn't be here. All right. So you know that, and I know that. All right. So as I look at the market, all of our major market timing calls are up. The primary wave is up. The DEW is up. The confirmed calls are up. It is still a time to buy, right? All right. All the major indices are up with the exception of the Dow. The Dow is down a little bit. Yeah, the Dow is down a little bit. But I'm going to take you into the system right now, and I want to show you something. As we look in the system, we can clearly see that the market is moving higher. Here's my mouse. The market is moving higher. I want you all to pay attention to something, though. Look at the bars. The bars are small. You know, when the market's moving up, that's good. Market's moving up, look at those bars. Market is moving up, look at those bars. These bars are showing me that the steam in the move of the market, all right? The steam in the move of the market is starting to slow down. RT is having a hard time getting above 1, showing us that the market's in an uptrend. Been showing you the divergences. The big difference, what did break down in divergence, though, is the MTI, the indicator that looks at when we're sitting at a market top or a market bottom. The MTI right now is at 1.28. The market with this run is still not at a level of being overextended yet. But I'm looking at the buy to sell ratio. The divergence is still in play. I'm looking at RT. The divergence is still in play. We did get a breakout on the MTI, or the market timing indicator, as it's moving up. So with that being said, I still say this is a good time to be protectionary. I don't know if that's a good word. All right. And I think Akshaya put it nicely. The market is moving up reluctantly. Huh?
I don't think it's a word at all.
What? Reluctantly?
No.
What word?
Did you say protected? What did you say?
Yeah, see, you don't even know. So you don't even know if it's a word or not. All right, it's because you don't know. I don't even know why you're interfering in. We're grown people talking here. I need you to sit on the sidelines. All right. I just need you to sit on the sidelines and do what you do best, which is manage all of this stuff. That's what I need you to do. You're the producer, right? Oh, now you're not going to say anything, right? Yeah. Now you're going to just sit there. All right. That's fine. All right.
Protectionary is what you said.
Protectionary. Is that a good word?
That's not a word at all.
I think it's a word.
No.
Protectionary.
No.
I think Joey likes to dish out the abuse. Y'all don't hear the abuse that I get from Joey. Y'all don't hear the abuse that I get from Joey. That's all right. So
you bring all that onto yourself. Oh. You mean like when you try to call the whole group? When you try to call one person?
So you putting out my government stuff right now, right?
I'm asking, is that what you're talking about?
So you putting out my government stuff, right?
You're saying you do that. I don't do that.
Wow. Special thanks to you, VectorVest, and Joey's hot stock picks. Well, I need that off of the screen. All right. With that being said, I think that the market still has legs as long as the MTI doesn't get to a level where the market is looking for a top. So what news is moving the market? So in today's alert, it was all about the market is moving up. Is it still time to buy? And what? I am going to say, for the most part, that's not how I would have spelled it. Yeah. That's not how I would have. That's how you spell it. I would never spell it that way. All I'm saying is you guys need to be in a way of protecting your assets. All right, that's the right way of saying it. Protecting your assets. You guys really should be investing with half positions. You really should be. And the profits are there to be taken. All right, and the money is there to be made. But as Akshaya said nicely, it is moving up reluctantly. I just need you guys to be very careful about what you're doing. And a lot of this, as Ryan has said on more than one occasion, this is fear of missing out. All of the people that missed out back here are jumping in here. But notice that as they're jumping in here, the bars are getting smaller. All right, let's get into some news. Starting off with job claims. That was the big thing today. Job claims rise more than expected in the past week. Is the Fed finally getting closer to what he's looking for in regards to jobs? You know, because normally in a situation like what we're in right now, normally unemployment rises, and it really hasn't. We're still sitting at about 3.8%, still relatively low with high interest rates, right? So is the Fed finally getting that? Kevin, don't do that. That's not nice. I was 30% in cash last week, and I'm 50% in cash. That's Lou. Cigar says, I take 99% every day. I'm not giving you 99% every day. Richard says, Glenn, is it time to open new positions? I'm going to answer that question. Remember, if I'm saying you should be only using half positions right now, I'm still going to think that is where you still need to be, Richard, if you open up new positions. I would not open up full positions, and I'd be very careful with the stops that I put in place. If the market is really starting to slow down a little bit, all it takes is one bit of news for the market to have some semblance of a catalyst to move it lower. We all know that the market needs a reprieve, right? So that's the way I'm going to answer that, Richard. If you're going to put on a new position, I would not put on a full position. C3AI and Celsius had earnings, didn't they? They did well. Snow had earnings. Didn't do so good. All right. But I think anything AI related, and Snow was in that space, but everybody knows that I'm a bigger fan of Palantir than I am of Snow. I went and I got into Snow and very quickly got out of it. My stops hit. What do you think about EME? Overextended? I'll write that stock down. It's not on my list yet. If we get enough likes, I can hopefully get down the EME. All right, if we get enough likes, I can hopefully get down the EME. All right, another big news. U.S. mortgage rates rise for the fourth straight week. That's going to slow down on people wanting to build these new houses. You know, housing builds were rising, but guess what? They fell. All right, so mortgage rates rise for the fourth straight week. That's not good. EME is a monster. Ronnie, what number is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I need to have at least 130 likes to get down the EME. And then I will need... All right, you guys are just putting them in here. But I got to have the likes to get further down the list. What do you think of Mara after earnings? You guys know, I'm going to put that on, and I'm going to look at Mara regardless. You guys know how I feel about crypto. I'm not a big fan of crypto. I have got you, Joey. Not been a big fan of crypto. I've never said anything else otherwise. But it was running, and as it was running, did I make some money on it? Absolutely, I did. But I'm not a long-term player of crypto. I do now. There's a couple of things in crypto that does catch my attention. I know that Bitcoin is going to be halving, cutting it in half to get more people involved. I'm with Ryan. If I'm going to play the space, I'm going to play something in the realm of Ethereum. All right, I like that better than crypto or even Bitcoin itself. Bitcoin, it takes a lot of money to just get, it's almost 60,000, 61,000. It's a big run after it went through its crypto winter. Even in crypto winter, $27,000 just to buy one crypto is just crazy, just crazy. Lee Aviat, again, in order to get that, the last stock I just put on the list, we got to get a lot of likes to get that. Now you're saying Bitcoin going to hit 120. Why? Who said that? Now they're saying that Bitcoin is going to hit a 20. Listen, people can talk and say what they want to say. People can talk and say what they want to say. What's reality is another whole different thing. So we'll see. Fred's preferred. Where's my mouse, Joey? Somebody's at the back door. All right, hold on. All right. I'm good? All right. Fed, there it is. Fed prefers inflation gauge logs the lowest annual rise since March. All right. And that's a good thing. You think, all right, the rate cuts are going to happen. Atlanta's Fed Bostic says first rate cut may come. Whoa. Who said last year, that the Fed cuts were going to come in the summer? Type it in the room. Anybody? Who said and put that out before or when the Fed said anything about the 3 rate cuts for the year? Coming into 2020, huh?
Was it Uncle Glenn?
Yeah, it was Uncle Glenn. It was Uncle Glenn. Greg said we did. All right. Well, if you put all of us together, and Fitz says Joey. Joey had nothing to do with it. Joey had nothing to do with it, but whatever, Joey. I think that the only reason that they're cutting interest rates is because we're in an election cycle. I did come out and dare say that maybe we get no rate cuts this year because the economy is still good. All right. You said the summer of 25. Why would I say the summer? That's way out there. It was all about this year. Niall says it was Ryan. You guys really love to push the buttons. That's all right. I still love you all. All right. So that's a little bit about for the red rate cuts. Let's get into some stocks. SoundHound. I'm going to take Sound off the list because we're going to talk about it. Taking Sound off the list. Analysts revamp SoundHound AI stock price targets ahead of earnings. Initially optimism, and it's because they're in the whole AI space. But this is the big thing. It's the generative. It's that word, AI. Like OpenAI's ChatGPT would cause a surge in spending and infrastructure in stocks like NVIDIA, the major maker of semiconductor chips for use in AI, and Supermicro, a seller of high-end servers, to soar. Last year, SoundHound's AI shares rallied 225% from their March lows, and the stock price went dormant, trading mostly sideways until recently because of AI big move. In mid-February, NVIDIA's disclosure that it owns SoundHound AI stock. Now, I say that because NVIDIA is putting their hands into a lot of other companies from an AI perspective, which helps to drive its dominance. So NVIDIA knows that it's good on its own, but it's also putting money into other AI companies to drive it and make them more dominant as well. So tomorrow's 6 p.m. video is going to be all about the dominance of of NVIDIA, because the stock is just the talk of the town. And tomorrow's video is going to talk about why it is so dominant in the space. So we talked about Snowflake. I put out a short yesterday about Snowflake that I was rather cautious on the play. Snowflake and Palantir are in the same space, but Palantir seems to have done better on its earnings. I did buy a couple of Snowflake shares, hoping that it would follow in suit like Palantir did. I'm still in Palantir from the earnings play, but I did tell you all I was going to do it. I'm still in it from the earnings play, and I'm up in excess of 20%. I was hoping Snowflake was going to be able to do the same, but it was not able. And that a lot of it was because of weak guidance. All right, next one. Now, I haven't talked much about Apple. You guys know I love Apple. I know that it's no longer a real growth play, but Apple cancels its work on the electric vehicle. And you know why? I think the big thing is, listen, I don't know how many other companies will do this, but I think everybody realizes that Tesla's the big boy in the space. We got Lee. Somebody wants me to look at Lee. We got NIO. We got Lucid. There's a lot of companies out there. Outside of all those other companies, Boyd is going to do well because they're in China. And China and Boyd also put out that they're going to be doing a fast car. They're going to say, China's going to say, we got a fast car. Its name is a Ferrari. It goes really fast, and it's all electric-y. So that's going to be big. A fast all-electric car. It's going to be interesting. All right. So Apple cancels work on the electric vehicle to go to generative AI. That's the big next move. Not just AI, but generative AI. And a lot of people think that Apple is missing the boat. I think Apple is sitting in the background doing its time like it always does. They're not the first. They're not the first to do a lot of different things. But once they do it well. So a lot of people think that Apple is missing the boat. I don't think so. I think they're sitting in the background doing their own thing. Apple Here it is. Apple gears up for generative AI breakthrough in 2024. Man, that's news. That just came out today. All right. That's news. Tim Cook announced Apple's plans to unveil generative AI features in 2024. And one of the things that I've heard is that they want to get outside of using a GPU for AI stuff. They want it on their devices, which means that they need to have the chips. They've got, I think, up to the M3 chip now. Apple's making its own chips. And with these chips, are they able to make all the AI stuff that they need without GPUs? It's going to be huge. Apple investing in a tremendous amount of time and effort with a focus on privacy and high performance. The announcement raises expectations for significant updates across Apple's ecosystem, including the iPhone and the Mac. I think that this is going to be really big news for Apple in 2024. We'll see how it pans out. I might be getting hot and heavy all over Apple all over again. Here's a drug. Umanon stock rallies 19% on early results for COVID-19 vaccine. Now, a lot of you will sit back and go, why are we talking about a COVID stock? All right, I'll tell you why I like this stock. As we go down the list, mRNA vaccines currently dominate the U.S. COVID-19 market. Both Pfizer, along with BioNTech, and Moderna's COVID vaccines are mRNA vaccines. A third vaccine made by Novavax is classified as a protein subunit vaccine. Now, Umanon said in its ongoing study has shown that their drug-induced immune response was maintained for up to 4 months after vaccination. The vaccine candidate utilizes that technology, which the company has been developing as an alternative to mRNA vaccines. Now, I don't know if you know, but there's a lot of people who are not warm and fuzzy about mRNA because they feel that it's going to screw up our DNA. I've done some searching and research. I think that they're different, but may not be. So this drug, Umanon, ticker symbol IMMN, all right, is giving an alternative in the COVID space that gets away from the mRNA vaccines. So this is something I want you to keep your eyes on because the FDA is pushing a board with them saying, go ahead, you can do what you got to do. And it gives an alternative to the vaccines that are out there already. And the last one, Beyond Meat. I did not see this coming. I did not see this coming. More and more people were pushing away from Beyond Meats because there's a lot of other alternatives out there for fake meat. I made 100% on Beyond Meat way back in the day when it first came out. And it was a suggestion from my wife. She was like, hey, honey, let's go put some money in that. And we did. And, I did. And the stock kicked butt, took names. We got in and got out. All right. So, what is it? Ronnie's talking to John. Ronnie, when I go to Italy and hear a car going down the street, you know when it's a Ferrari. Congress moves to avert the government shutdown this weekend. The new deadline is just a week away. You know, a lot of people don't talk about that much on YouTube, not that I've seen. And the can keeps getting kicked down the road. But if we get a shutdown, you know something? That may be the catalyst to push the market lower. And I don't think Congress wants to be the people that make that happen. So we'll see. All right, that's all I got as far as stories. Look at that, Joey, 224. 224. I'm trying to make sure that Joey gets his tea time, his tea drinking time, because he knows nothing about golf. Not a thing about golf. Can you share more tips from your wife and Joey? No, I'm just not going to. How about that? No. I think Beyond Play is about the Reddit crowd torching the short sellers, just like, is that what it is, T? And in here, it says the short sellers got beat. The company revenue, where was it? There it is. As shorts get torched in early reaction to the earnings. Reddit, don't sleep on Reddit. All right, don't sleep on Reddit. Reddit can make some things happen. They can. I listen to a lot of this stuff on Reddit, though, and I look and I'm like, it's not for me to judge. You know, it's like going to Walmart and people watching. I go to Reddit and stock watch, right? I do. Acer is right. Nice move. It's a big, I did not see that. I did not see that coming. Will Joey have Glenn's wife on the show as a... All right. I don't know why y'all trying to push buttons. Janice, will you tell those people to stop trying to push buttons? Janice, tell those people to stop trying to push Glenn's button. All right. So here's the market. Again, looking at today, got a little bit of a spinning top, very small body, not a lot of move in the VectorVest composite today. Let's go to the viewers. Let's go look at what's going on in the markets. Mixed market. The Dow is slightly down the flat. The VIX is down. People are not fearful. That scares me because with the market moving as high as it's going, people should be fearful in the market. All right? Y'all don't get Glenn upset before he looks at y'all stocks, please. Webull going public. Is it? Webull, Hood, I think it's a great place for beginners to get into the market. There's a place for them. So I can't say anything bad about Hood, except for what they did with the meme stocks and all that kind of stuff. That was wrong. That was definitely wrong. But other than that, I think those are good platforms for new people to the market to get in. We love you, Glenn. Without Glenn, we wouldn't make 20% on Celsius from Joey's hot stock picks. Whatever. All right, so here's the stocks that made the news. Here's my stocks that made the news. Let's see what they look like. SoundHound at the top of the list by VST, followed by Beyond Meat. Interesting. Well, the biggest move to give high VST on Beyond Meat is the RT. The stock is not fundamentally sound. Neither is SoundHound. But I think SoundHound's move is because the industry, the AI industry, is definitely moving it. Apple in the list, no longer a value play. It is overvalued. It makes money. They're only second behind Microsoft in market cap. So one of the biggest, if the second biggest stock out there. Do you know that NVIDIA, talking about tomorrow's video, its market cap is up to 1.67 trillion. So it's amongst the top 4 or 5 as far as market cap. Again, a dominant stock. You guys really going to want to watch tomorrow's video. Beyond VV valuation is less than $1. Stay away from it, guys. In looking at it, it's up 15%. Let's go. And it's a hold. Look at that. -7 earnings growth, -8 sales growth. That's just a play, but I wouldn't hold it long term. Let's go take a look at these stocks. And Snow got killed. And there's the drug company Immunon. I like that they bring something else to the COVID vaccine table outside of things that people don't necessarily believe in, that mRNA. I definitely want you to keep your eyes on IMNN. It is a drug company, so most likely it's going to be overvalued, not fundamentally sound, but the news about what it's doing, and it's the only buy recommended stock on the list. Interesting, huh? All right, let's take a look at these graphs real quick. I'm going to put this into my 3/8 graph. Let's go find it. Graph layouts, Glenn trade. I'm going to look at the 3 and the 8 and the 20. SoundHound, love the move. All right. Above average volume. The 3, the 8, the 20. What is this? This one is one of these in here. I don't want dividends and I don't want to stop. All right. The 3, the 8, and the 20. I like the play. If I were to get into it, though, if I'm not in it yet, I would look at 5 cents higher than 7.90. I'd be looking to put in an order about 7.95. I like the move, but if you're not in it now, I'd wait for confirmation. Today, it is trading close to session highs. which means not a lot of selling pressure on it. If you want to take it today, you can go 5 cents higher than today's high. All right, let's go to the next stock that's in the list, Beyond Meat. That was an earnings play, right? That was an earnings play. Nice move. RT did go above 1. It is at a 3-month high. It is not at a 6-month high. I want you to see this. Last swing high, it's above that. It might have some room up into the 6-month high of, what was the high? 6-month high of 1253. That's not a lot of move. That's not a lot of move. I don't like that it's not fundamentally sound, but look at yesterday's candle prior to earnings. I'd just be careful with it. Let's go back to a 3-month graph. Apple, I like the news on Apple. I'm still not a fan of getting in it yet. Nothing tells me that it's okay to get into Apple. The news is that they're getting away from the electric car and that they're getting more into generative AI. The stock has not really responded to the news. First thing I'm looking for if I'm going to jump into Apple, I'd like to see the 3 go above the 8, and I'd like to see RT go above 1. All right? And here's the stock. I want y'all to keep your eyes on this. This is a fish. I think this could be a good fish. I'd be looking at 5 cents higher than the high, about $1.31. Or I can get 5 cents higher than the high today. All right, but I like the move. The 3 to 8 in the end, RT is above 1, above average volume. I like that play. Snow, after earnings. Poopy. Forward guidance was the problem. Forward guidance was the problem. A little bit of a rebound today. Open red candle. Big volume. I don't know. The choice is yours. But looking at the graph where it was looking to where it is looking now, a big difference between them and Palantir. All right. I'm going to start to give you some fish. I'm going to start to give you some fish. How many likes do we have so far, Joey? So I can determine where I'm at on my list. So I got 11 stocks, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Last stock I got on my list is SKYT. The next stock is EME and then POWL and Modine and SMCI. I got to get more likes to get down the list. All right, so there's my 11 stocks right now. Lee is way down the list, Aviad. It's way down the list, way down the list. All right, and you keep adding more stocks, I'm going to have to keep getting more likes. GCT and Sky making money for me. And he said, thanks, Joe. I don't know what that said. Joey had nothing to do with none of those. Joey had nothing to do with none of those. I don't know what it said. What did it say?
GCT and SKYW making money for me thanks to VectorVest.
Okay. Thought it had something to do with you.
Not everything's about me.
Yeah, in your world, that's not what you say. So, MPI candidates, let's go graph these, put them into 3-month MPI graph. I'm giving you some fish, and all of these fish are up today. Someone said in the comments, they said, why is it taking so long for the graphs to come up? You know something? I don't have an answer for that. I don't. Man, you wanted me to look at GCT? I'm taking that off the list too. We're looking at it now. All right, so I can go down one more. EME is now on the list. All right, so GCT, love that. That's a beautiful looking equity curve. All right, that's the 3 to 8. Oh, and this is an MPI pick, right? Add graph layout. Let's go to MPI. Look at that. We just got another trigger, but the trend has been solid. For those of you who are looking for a longer term stock to hold on to, GCT is it. No issues with trend. Even on the pullbacks, trends have been solid. For those who want to get out a little faster and get back in, that's where the trigger is. Glenn with enough likes. How about CLS? Again, I'm just adding to the list for you. I'm adding to the list. If we get there, CLS, is it already on the list? It is not. All right. How do I get the slides for training session 16 you did? What are you talking about? Are you talking about the navigation series, James? You talking about and I don't have those slides anymore. If that's what you're asking, after the unfortunate issue we had with the hacking, I lost a lot of that information. But I kept all my notes. Look at this. This is all my notes for the navigation series. So I still got the notes I really think I need to redo that all over again. It's just having the time to do it. It's just really having the time to do it. I waited out of courtesy only to not have my Dell pick. Dell is down the list. All right, we'll see. Mac Glenn is the one presenting. Where did that come from? I'm confused. A lot of shout outs for Joey. Are you Glenn or Joey? Oh, Joey's in the background. Joey is my producer. Joey is my producer. All right. While that's going on, I need to make a little bit more coffee. All right. GCT, I like a lot. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It is a MPI stock. Another one I got is PSTG. Was that an earnings play? Yes, it was. But look at the 45-degree angle prior to the earnings play. And we got trigger. And we're trading very close to the session highs. I like that play. And another MPI play. Whoops, I watched this one. Since the time I looked at it, look at the big wick at the top. This was an earnings play. I got some profit taking going on here. Even though I got trigger, I got profit taking going on here. I'd be careful with TPC. All right, next one. Wow, VERX. We got trend. We got trigger at a low trough. We got trigger at a low trough. Big gap up, trading close to session highs. I do like that as well. And wow, Arlo earnings jumped up. Watch that. Earnings, that's profit taking. I'd be very, very careful with that. I wouldn't take that. All right. So at least there was 3 out of 5 fish that were there for you. Midas Touch, giving you some more fish. I thought you gave away all your coffee. No, I didn't give it all away. I did not. I gave him some. Let's go look at these graphs. All of these stocks are up today. Let's do a graph. And this one is Midas Touch. So we're going to put on the Midas Touch layout. Graph layout. Yeah, I got that Midas Touch. Everything I touch turns to gold. Oh, baby. ELEV. I don't think that was an earnings play. It was not, but I like the move. After it came out of a little bit of a channel, right from here to here, broke out, follow through, more follow through, still trading at session highs. Midas Touch, moving averages on the stop price, moving averages on RT. Looks good. Next one. Wow, DYN. How many of you are picking up some new stocks? Type of 1. As I go through these stocks, these fish that I'm giving you, how many of you are picking up some new stocks? Type of 1. I like the bottom left, top right, moving up. I got a little bit of wick at the top, but I got a bigger body. Than wick. I do like the play. Again, Midas Touch outside of the MPI. I love seeing the ones coming through. Absolutely. Here's another one. Lex, healthcare marijuana. Oh, we going to get high on this stock. I hope not. Watch this, though. Look at RT running. RT is running. Look at the moving averages on the stop price. Been in play. Big jump. This was not an earnings play. I would be looking at 5 cents higher than the high. Put this on a 6-month graph. 6-month high. It's at not at a 1-year high, though. The 1-year high is sitting at the value of 359. It's not a lot of move to make there, but I do like the move as it's going up. I like it as a fish play to give you. Love all of those ones. Can I buy NVIDIA today? That's going to be on my list. We're going to look at NVIDIA. PepGen, look at that. Bottom left, top right, not earnings play. Close to the top of the candle. That's a 3-month graph. 6-month high. It is a 1-year high as well. Took out the high from back here a year ago and now moving up. This could be going into uncharted territory and give you another pull to the upside. Picking up new stocks, says Dennis. Way to go. That's what I wanted to do with these. That's why I like to give you the fish. Another drug biomedical company by way of the Midas Touch. Be careful of the wick. I'm getting some profit taken here, but look at this. After it gapped up, never faded the gap. It just kept running. I could probably put volume on here. Price volume. Let's go put volume. Look at that. I do like the volume too. The big volume jump was on the spike higher. but it's rising over the last 2 or 3 days. I like that as another fish play. All right. I'm going to give you more fish. I'm just hooking you up. What is a fish play, Kevin? Where, you give a man a fish, he eats for a day. But if you teach him how to fish, he eats for a lifetime. I'm giving you fish to eat for a day or two. That's what I'm doing. And Charles, if you feel there's too many bio, then go through some of those bio stocks that I'm giving to you. Pick the one you feel is best for you. All right? Pick the one that's best for you. Listen, in this list, I'm just giving you the stocks by way of a cherry picking technique, whether it's MPI or it is Midas Touch. I'm giving you cherry pick techniques. Now, from the cherry pick techniques, it's also showing that those are the stocks that are moving. And you know something, you might want to pay attention to that. If by those techniques, the bio stocks are moving, then you pay attention to that. That's all I got to say about that, Charles. And again, from a diversification play, pick the ones you like the most. Can you give updates on Roku, please? So I'm going to put that down the list, and we'll see. I don't think we're going to be able to get enough likes for that today. And I just want to put that out there. I don't even want to look at portfolios today. Let's go to what contras are moving. Oh, today's big movers. These are stocks that are all up in excess of 20%. At one time it was. Out there, just putting those out there. These are big movers that you can just keep your eyes on. All right, big movers that you, and they're, look at these VSTs. 4 out of the 5 are VST above 1. All 5 of them are in an uptrend. All right, so will Powell continue this monster run? I've got that on my list, but it's further down my list. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Powell can hit. How many likes we got, Joey? Do we have 120? Well, we got 100. So I can put 2 more. Modine, SMCI. There we go. All right. So Powell will make it there. All right. One last thing. Any contras moving? I always like to look at contras that no matter what the market is doing, do I see any contras that are moving? Big mover is LABD. Very interesting. So I showed you some biotechs that were moving, but for the most part, should be bearish on. Keep your eyes on that. Fang D, and again, the market is saying we're picking up some bearish vibes on the market. Picking up, that's hot. Whoa, that's why you grab coffee by the handle. Ooh-wee. I almost spilled coffee everywhere. I know better than that. I'm a Cafe Bustelo drinker. I'm a master drinker of Cafe Bustelo. I should have known better than that. All right. So, interesting that the tech stocks and the biotechs are on the rise from contra ETFs. Okay. Just some insight. All right. Let's go to customer picks. And I should be able to get you 14 stocks. And a couple of them I took off the list because we looked at them today already. All right, so CELH, MSTR, NVDA, ARM, UEC, AGO, Hood, Tesla, SoFi, EME, POWL, Modine, SMCI. That should be 14. Should be. Let's go see. Well, press 13, so I can bring up another one. Dell, DELL. All right. And Lee is next. How many likes do we get, Joey? Lee is next. I'll look. We're not at 150, but I will still put Lee in there. All right, I'm going to still put Lee in there. I got you. Hell, only had 2 more stocks, CLS, Roku. Guess what? They're done. I didn't add Dell. Didn't I not just put Dell in there? Was Dell on my list? Dell was not on my list. All right. I'm not a fan of gold, but let me tell you something. I do have gold stocks. All right, let's go look at them. Let's go look at them. They are on the rise. These gold stocks, look at them. So now I want to look at I've got just about 10 gold stocks in here, right? Just 10. I want to go look on the watch list average. That's today, 3-month. That's 3-month view on gold, on those 10 gold stocks. I'm still not a fan of gold yet. All right. Sound, we already looked at. That's why I did not keep it on the list. We already went through and looked at the graph of a Dynasty Limousine. All right. Did everybody see that we did look at Sound? Yes. Yes or no? I just want to make sure. Does everybody, we did look at Sound, right? SOUN. Type of yes or a no. We did look at it. If we looked at it, I took it off the list. We looked at it, I took it off the list because we analyzed the stock. All right, so I didn't want you to think that I was not doing. I took it off the list because we already did look at it. All right, let's go take a look at these stocks and let's go see if these are stocks that you want to put into your portfolio. My portfolios. Let's go find Trending Thursday. Let me see what y'all look like. Ooh, y'all down a little bit. Let's do this. Out of all of the stocks that we have gotten into, let's go look at the trade history. So some of these stocks we did have, let's go look at close. Wow, Snow we got into, we closed out at an 18.5% loss. OSS, a stock that I did like, we got out of it as 7% loss. RXRX, we got out at a 6.7% loss. So I've got stops on these. Even though I put them in, I've got stops. And just so that you know what the stops are, we're in a neutral. The stops are a 28% gain or 7% loss. Those are the stocks that you put into this portfolio. And it's down about 0.25%. All right. Let's go see NVIDIA 3-month graph. Yes or no? All right, yes or no? Are you a fan of putting this into your portfolio? Now, I want to show you something as far as I love the stock. All right, but is it the right time to get into the stock? Yes or no? I got a little bit of a wedge going on right here, and y'all are saying yes. I need y'all to pay attention. Roku, I just put Roku on the list. Did I not have Roku on the list? I put Roku. I did put Roku on the list. If I didn't, I will. All right. I'm telling you that right now it's got a little bit of a wedge. I need to see some confirmation before I jump on board. I'm going to say no right now. A lot of money has been made. Okay, Amir says half a position. I would rather to see it break out of the wedge. I would rather to see it break out because that is consolidation. All right, so I'm going to say no on NVIDIA. All right, and bear flag. I think I need a level of support to show a bear flag. I'm going to say no on NVIDIA because I need more confirmation. Now, for those of you who are trading the stock and you're in it, I'm going to give you a hard line in the sand. For those of you who are trading the stock and you're in it, I'm going to give you this level of support sitting at 748.72, which was a gap. I'm going to give you that as a line in the sand for those who are currently trading it. I'm going to get into it now. The answer to that is no. All right. Let's go to the next stock. What's in here? Celsius. That was an earnings play, right? You guys comfortable with putting that? And that's looking at the Midas touch. Look at the break. Look at the big move. Much bigger body than the wick at the top. Yes or no? So remember, put in the ticker symbol and then put in yes or no. Put in the ticker symbol and then put in yes or no. Ticker symbol, yes or no. Celsius, yeah, you want to look at earnings per share? Let's go look at earnings. There's the earnings per share order. I do like the earnings per share. One, yes. I got more yeses. Joey, you want to chime in here? think Joey's asleep.
What you say?
You want to chime in on Celsius, yes or no?
Celsius stuff.
Yep.
No. We go no.
Joey made the call. Okay. No. I'm actually going to add something else to this. I'm going to add technical indicator. Let me see. MACD. Oof. Joey said no. Joey said no. I'm going to look at half of this eyeball, the half move. Right about here. Joey said no. Joey said no. All right. Go to the next one. Oof. EME. I like the move of this stock. Wow. Look at the MACD. Look at the volume. Look, I like that. A little bit. And evidently, I've already got a level here of 290.19 as a level of a line in the sand. What say you? That's a 3-month graph, 6-month graph, 1-year high, 5-year high. Ooh. All right. Yes or no on EMS? EME rocketiosity. Yes, y'all are saying yes. All right. Let's go get us some EME. Let's go get us some EME. Yeah, let me take this off. Edit. Off. Save. EME. In the EME, you got to sell the 7 C's in the EME. Target 1 gram. All right, we're putting EME in the portfolio. All right, let's go to the next one. That is a monster play, though. That thing is just kicking butt, taking names. Let's go to the next one. Modine. As much as I like the play, I will never enter on a down day. I will never enter on a down day. I can't call that a shooting star, but it was close. This could be starting to lose momentum. I'm not getting us into MOD because it's a down day. I will never buy us into a stock on a down day. All right. So, I love the graph. If you're in it though, leave it alone. If you're in it, leave it alone. Let me give you a hard stop. Swing high right about here. I'm going to give you a hard stop at $81.66. All right, $81. That's a lot of money to give up, but that's actually, here's a gap. There we go. That's even better. That's a gap. 82.84. That's your hard line in the sand if you own it. All right, 82.84. All right, next one. Ooh, SMCI. Ooh, it's right at my line in the sand. So, Amir, it closed below the line in the sand yesterday. That would have been your chance to get out. I told you that already, Amir. I already told you that. That's what I was looking for to get out of the stock. It rebounded today, but I think that was a good call to get out of the stock then. And that was yesterday. Hi, Glenn. Can you please share your thoughts on the short-term view of LOT and snow? Short-term view, snow, right now, it's not a good time after it gapped down. It needs to, in my mind, it needs to fade that gap. I still like snow, just like I like Palantir. I still like snow long-term, but I needed to see it fade its gap. I did sell some, but should we buy now? I needed to get out of all of this. I'm going to put another line right here. I needed to get out of all of this. So if I'm going to give you a buying opportunity, I'd look at 974.78, 12 cents higher than that. I need it to get, because all of this information right here is still within one candle. Look at that. I need it to break out of this from that perspective. So I'm going to say no on SMCI. All right, hold on. SMCI, no. I'm just looking. Yeah, I'm not going to do SMCI. Should we sell all now? Amir, you got to make that decision. I like the idea. If you took some off yesterday, You're doing a little bit of a rebound today. You took half off. I didn't tell you to take. Remember, that's my line in the sand right there. That's your line in the stand. If it goes back below that, then you take your other half off. All right? Woo! I don't care what y'all say. I'm finna buy that. But, interesting. Look at the MACD on it. Look at the MACD on it. Could it be losing momentum? That's a 3-month, 6-month, 1 year, 5 year. That's at a 5-year high, folks. Just keep that in mind. It's at a 5-year high. You guys want to buy? Actually, I would not put a full $1,000 behind it. I'd put 500. Why? Because it's at an all-time high. You guys okay with that? I wouldn't put 1,000 in this. I'd put 500. I like the play. Never faded the gap. I'm going to put 500 into it. Everybody okay with that? Yes or no? You don't have to put the ticker symbol now. Yes or no? I like the play. The MACD is telling me to be careful. Wow, but y'all are telling me no. Y'all are telling me no. Okay, fine. Then no it is. Then no it is. I'm getting more no's. I'm getting more no's than yeses. Now I'm getting yeses. T, I'm with you. All right. Tell you what I'm going to do. If we do get into it, for those that take the move, see that level right there, 178.44? It's about $6. That's what, in the real world, that's where I would tell you to get out. I'm going to buy it. But I'm only going to put $500 behind it. Symbol POWL. Get the price. Target $500. Apply. So again, for those of you who are in it in the real world, I like this gap level as a line in the sand of 178.44. 178.44. I'm not letting Joey make the call. No. All right. Next one, CLS. Earnings. Ever since earnings, the stock has been rocketing. I don't like MACD. And actually, I'm going to change the graph layout. I'm going to change the graph layout to GETR. Here we go. I'm going to use the 3 and the 8 on these. Let's take off dividend. Let's take off stop. I like the play. What don't I like about the play, though? Looking at a 3-month graph, what don't I like about it? Anybody? CLS is yes. I'm going to go for it. What don't I like about it? I like big gaps, and I cannot lie. Oh, I'm getting more no's coming in. Neil, you can't get counted twice. There you go, Fitz. That's what I don't like. Son of a, I almost cussed. That would have been Joey's fault. I don't like that. But, yeah, I don't like that. But if I'm looking, did I see more people said yes or no? Yes. Then I got no. Actually got more no's. I think a lot of people realizing I got more no's. I won't take it. AGO, love the move. I won't buy it today because it's a down day. Whoever gave me the stock and you're in it, leave it alone. I'm going to give you a hard line in the sand too. Give you a hard line of 87.30. 87.30. Give you a hard line. And it's creating a little bit of a bearish harami. The volume is good. Ronnie says, AGO me. If you're in it, Ronnie, leave it alone. I just gave you a hard line in the sand. But I'm not going to ever buy a stock on a down day. And it just had earnings. And then it fall down, go boom. All right. Then it fall down, go boom. All right. So I'm not taking that one. Let's go to the next one. Ooh, ARM. Same kind of scenario. I'm going to say no on ARM. Consolidation by way of a wedge. The 3 and the 8 look good. All right. They haven't crossed. And I'm using this line at the bottom as a trend line. And the one at the top. But It's got to break out. I'm going to say no on ARM. I'm going to say no on ARM. I need some confirmation of breakout. So anybody else want to say yay or nay? I honestly think that a wedge, we need a stock to break out of a wedge one way or another before you make a decision. All right. All right. Am I losing y'all? Because y'all are just getting quieter. MSTR. What don't I like about MSTR? Anybody? The volume is there. RT. What don't I like about MSTR? All right. If you're in ARM, stay. Yes. Because you should, if you're in it, let it be. Let it be. I'd look for the 3-8 cross on end of day. I'd look at 3-8 cross. Who asked me that? Phyllis, I'd look at the 3 and the 8 end of day. All right. What am I getting on? Oh yeah, the wicks. The wicks I don't like. Do you guys want it? And it gap. 4 gaps. Gaps usually like to be filled. What are you saying about MSTR? I say no. What say you? I say no. What say you? I'm getting the nose. Okay, and it's parabolic, yeah. But the 3-8 cross, even on the pullback held and still went up. This is why I still love the 3 and the 8s. I still love the 3 and the 8s. Even though I like the MPI, I like the 3 and the 8s. Dell, I told you Dell was on the list. Dell, earnings, where did it stop? Right at resistance at 94.99. There's earnings. What say you? I say I'd like to see it break above that level of resistance because the stock's gone sideways for 4 days prior to earnings. I'm going to say no until it breaks above. I love the equity curve. The equity curve looks great. The volume looks great. RT looks great. But notice the last time it broke through and went up. All right. I'm having a hard time breaking through resistance. So I'm not feeling it as a means to get in now. Now, if we break above resistance, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. All right, but right now, somebody said, you forgot Dell. I didn't forget Dell. Lee, I'm not a big fan of EVs right now. But earnings, it jumped, and now it stopped. Now, if you own it, I'm going to give you a line in the sand right about here. About 43.74. That's a line in the sand to get out of Lee. I'm not ready to get in Lee. Ooh, what is that candlestick formation right there called? Anybody? What's that candlestick formation right there called? Somebody type it in the room. And that could be a really big sign, not breaking through resistance and showing that candle and showing that candlestick. Anybody want to know anybody know what that candlestick is? I knows buy me one, I pays you. What are you saying, Neil? And it's not an abandoned baby. It's not an abandoned baby. Katie barred the door and threw the baby out with the bathwater. It is a hanging man. Yep. Could be a possibility of a possible reversal and actually in need of fading this gap anyway. I'm going to say no on Leo. Hammer is at the bottom of the pattern. Hanging man is at the top of the pattern. Electric cars are totally, yeah, and that's the problem. I think that's going to hurt EVs going forward. Hood since earnings has been good. It's right at resistance though at 16.51. Volume is falling off a little bit. Could be getting tired. If I'm going to get in the hood, I do. If you're in it, leave it alone. The 3 and the 8 are solid. All right, the 3 and the 8 are solid. Hammer time. Do. No, you can't touch this. Hammer time. Oh. Hammer time. All right. Anyway, I see volume starting to fall a little bit at resistance, but if you're in it, again, the 3 and the 8 short term are in it. It's above the 20-day is as well. I'm going to say no on hood. I would look at the star search like here on Lee. Big move up. I would then look at star search to see what lane it's in. Look at that. Still in the fast lane. Life in the fast lane. Still in the fast lane. I love this setup of the star search when looking at stocks that have been overextended. What was the other one that was like that? Look at that. There it is. MSTR, still in the fast lane and not riding the band, already in the fast lane. I don't mind that if you own it as a way to get in and out. ARM is actually in the middle lane. All right. So, but I like using star search for stocks that have been way overbought. SoFi, let's go put back on my layout. Let's go put back on my layout, take off dividend, and stop. SoFi. I'm looking to get out of this region here. I'm looking to get out of above 918. I'm looking to get above 918. I like the move, but that's a solid level of resistance that it's having a hard time breakthrough. And volume is like, RT's above 1, but volume is like, right there at resistance. I'm going to say no on SoFi. But after earnings, it jumped up. It faded the gap bigly. And now broke through 1 level, 2 levels of resistance, and now sitting at a 3rd level. Still sitting at a 3rd level. So I'm going to say no. How does buying the dip play out? I'm not a big fan of buying the dip. I don't want to buy a stock as it's going down. I would rather for the stock to stop going down and start going back up. That's the way I play. I'm not a big fan of buying the dip because how low is low? Stock is going low. How do you know when it's going to stop? And you could be putting good money behind a bad move from the onset. So I'm not a big fan of buying the dip. I want the stock to stop dipping and start showing me something. See the 3.8 and the 20, the stock's price went above all 3. That's where I would have gotten in. All right, here would have been a touchy situation right here, but it's right at resistance. It broke above. There you go. Who asked me that question? James, does that answer your question? Does that answer your question? All right. I like that question, but I'm not a fan of buying the dips. I'd rather to see it stop dipping very quickly and start going back up before I go and buy. All right. How many more stocks I got in here? Tesla, I still own TSLQ. Falling knife, and ARM might be a buys at a lower level. What is the base for this graph setup? Kevin, it all depends on which graph I'm looking at. In this case, I'm looking at the 3 and the 8 and the 20 simple moving average with support and resistance. The 3 is the green, the red is the 8 exponential moving averages. I'm also looking at a 20 simple. The reason why I like to see a 20 simple is to see if a stock is in trend. I can get technical and get in on the cross of the 3 and the 8. But when I can get the 3 and the 8 and above the 20, I got short-term and longer-term move. That's as a 20-day simple moving average. Do we have access to this graph? The Kiwi Coop, I made these. These are graph layouts that I use for the YouTube channel. Tesla, I'm going to say no, but I do like that it is fading the gap. I do like that. I still own my TSLQ. If it keeps going against me, I've got a stop level. If it keeps going against me, I'll get out of it. But I like also that it broke above this level of resistance, moving up. The stock's got a lot of move up into that, at least that next level of resistance. So, and I'm getting higher lows. I'm definitely getting higher lows. All right. Couple of more stocks. Yep. UEC. Uranium. I've done a video on uranium. More and more countries are building generators, mini generators. I still haven't had the time to really look at what's going on in the uranium field. Looking at it right now, it's below the 3. The 3 is below the 8. It's below the 20. There's nothing that I like about it right now. But with all of the interest from a clean energy perspective, I'm not sure why uranium is going down. And I've been saying for the last couple of weeks, I'm going to look into it. Just been looking at so much other stuff for you guys. Right now, I'm not feeling it. All right. Short term, longer term, not It's not there. And the last one is Roku. Earnings fell and has not recovered. But it does have a solid level of support sitting at 61.47. I'm not thinking about Roku yet. I need at least, I got a bounce off support. I need to see the 3 and the 8. I can take the 3 and I need at least that. And volume is falling. I'm not feeling Roku at all. I'm not feeling Roku at all. Then it says you can take what Glenn said and create your own graphs, which is why I told you what the levels were. The 3 exponential moving average, the 8 exponential moving average, a 20 simple moving average, and using VectorVest support and resistance, but with a caveat. I changed the settings because I like to get you into stuff now. I on the settings on my support and resistance, I'm only looking back 100 bars, which is 90 days. And actually, these need to be changed. There we go. It's a little different. I want the size of the reversals medium and the size of the support and resistance zones to be average. That's my layout. So, just as I mentioned, 3, 8 exponential moving averages, 20 simple moving, and I also have RT on here, support and resistance, and what I did. Did you go over SKYT? It should have been already in there. SKYT after EME. Here's EME. Where's EME? Interesting. EME. SKYT should have been on the list, and it wasn't. I will make it on the list. I'll make a whole new graph for it. It was on my list, though. SKYT. 3-month graph. That's a bit of a volatile stock. It is going up from the bottom left to the top right. Was a couple of different channels. Earnings. No, I will never tell you to get in on a down day. And number 2, it's trading at a 3-month high of 1238. I'm not feeling that yet. Look at that. 2 touches, 1 almost touch. That's a solid level, and volume is falling, which means it's losing momentum. SKYT, no, yeah, and the volume is definitely going down. Random fact: Almanac says the first trading day in March, and the S&P has been up 16 of the last 24 years. Hold on, look at that. Janice, my number 2, has got this book, and it does say the first trading day in March, the S&P is up 16 of the last 24 years. So. We'll see. I got the Jockey Club tomorrow. We'll see. All right, we'll see. All right. Yeah, I'm done. Don't take away my chat, Joey. I'm done. All right, I'm just done. I want to look at the chat. You take it away, I will fight you. All right, better not take away my chat. All right. With that being said, I'm glad to see you guys picked up some fish today. I did give you more stocks to look at, more than what the likes were. All right. And that's fine. I'm okay with that. We did get 161 likes. Way to go. Sorry, Joe. I'll let you do that. 161 likes. Thank you for that. We appreciate it. Kudos to Joey, the producer. Okay. I got nothing. Let's say anything. Hoorah, T. Thank you, Joey. Without you, Glenn would be just singing and drinking Cafe Bustelo. Joey, you are the boss. All right. You know something? Next Trending Thursday will all be Joey. It'll be Joey. I'm not gonna show up to work. And Ryan won't be here, Joey. Ryan, because he's gonna be on vacay. I'm not showing up to work next Thursday. Joey. How many of you all want Joey to do Trending Thursday next Thursday? Type of 1. All right. Keeps everyone. How many? Joey wants to do it. Fine. Joey's going to do. That's all Joey right there. That's all Joey right there. Is Glenn one of those new humanoids? No, I'm real. A lot of 1s. Look at that. I think John is the. I think we should give Joey a chance. To let him do, even Mimi. All right, Mimi, good. I think we should let Joey do Trending Thursday next week. Hi, Mimi. Mimi stabbed me in the back. Way to go, Mimi. Way to go. I still love you. I still love you, Mimi, but she just stabbed me in the back. I can email you all of the top Joey stocks you told us to buy. All right. I'll let him show up next week. You're great. Thank you, Diana. You're new. I haven't seen your name. Thank you for that. Will you produce for him? Fine. We can switch roles. I will produce for Joey, and Joey will do Trending Thursday. I like that idea. You down for that, Joey?
You can't do it.
I will try. Believe you me. Actually, I'll let Koo do it. All right, folks. Thank you for supporting the channel. We almost had 300 people here. We kept you guys here a long time today, which means you stayed interested. And for that, I say thank you from the bottom of my heart about that. Of course, Joey is my friend. He's my producer. I love him to death. And I think we have a good chemistry here on the channel. You guys come here, we have fun, but we talk about stocks. I look at your stocks. We talk about what's going on in the market. That's what it's all about. So with that being said, I'll see you guys tomorrow for the Jockey Club. Then I've got a 12 p.m. live stream on the mobile app. And then I have the 6 p.m. video for tomorrow as well. I got a busy day, but I wouldn't trade it for anything else in this world. Thank you guys for being here. Adios, arrivederci, ciao, au revoir, sayonara, aloha to all my peeps in Hawaii. I will step up and say, and I don't care how this grabs anybody, I'm praying for the people who are in Texas going through this extreme fire going on in Texas. I'm praying for those people because they need some prayer. So I'm going to say that. Ain't nothing political about that. All right. Odabu, bon dia, salam, shalom, namaste, yasu. Until the next time, folks. See ya.